Chapter 18, Speechless. Vic is already outside the warehouse by the time you realize he's really walking away, and he has every intention of leaving you behind. It's over, Diamond. Your life is better off without me in it. Vic, you're such an asshole sometimes. I'm an a-hole all the times. It's not my fault, you're just now realizing it. You don't get to walk away like this, not without a fight. Just go home, Diamond. Find someone else to take care of you. I never asked you to take care of me. I can take care of myself. Good. Then it won't be any problem for you to stay the hell away. He strides away, his steps long and angry. You watch, a sob caught in your throat. As he gets into his car and slams the door behind him, your whole body goes numb as he hits the gas and peels out of the warehouse, leaving you in a cloud of dust. Dazed, you stumbled over to where Roy's body lies, his blood growing sticky and cold. You fall to your knees, sticking a cold hand in yours. Roy, I'm so sorry. I should have... And finally, you begin to sob. A few days later, you sit with your parents as they plan the Wolf's family next move after Roy's murder. Your grief is just as palpable and raw as before, but now you have a sense of purpose to go along with it. None of us like the idea of negotiating with the Flints. Things are getting out of control. Don't have any other choice. There's always a choice. Your parents are careful not to look at you. Ever since they found you at the warehouse with Roy's cold hand clutching in yours, they've been keeping a wary distance. I'm not gonna shatter into a million pieces if you talk to me. There's nothing more to say. You should be happy, Diamond. You're the one who wanted these negotiations. What I want doesn't matter. This isn't about me anymore. This is about making sure the bloodshed finally stops. Killing them all would make the bloodshed stop. Yeah, but you would cause reservoirs of blood in the meantime. You shake your head, determined to win this row. You didn't see the way Roy's body crumpled or hear the way he called you kid one last time. No. No one else dies. Your parents exchange a look before heaving out a shared sigh. This will be your first negotiation, so you should probably know a few things going in. The Flints are going to try and get under your skin, but you can't let them give nothing away. Dylan is hot-headed, emotional, and it embarrasses Nadia, so we can use that to our advantage. We look composed, she doesn't. You guys make it sound like a stage production. That's because it is. Looking the part is almost as important as acting it. In fact, I picked something up for you from Miss Skelly's. I believe she described this as your boss bitch era. Your mother sighs and pulls out a black zippered bag to reveal a designer suit embroidered with gold paired with gleaming black blouse and matching gloves. I know we don't always get along, but I think we can agree this is stunning. Put it on. I do agree. Very pretty. You go into the next room to change. When you emerge, pulling out the snug leather gloves, you feel as though you're standing on 10 feet tall, and I can trample anyone who dares to get in my way. Perfect. Stillness, power, give them nothing. The Flints will be cowering where they stand. Just how I like them. No weakness. No surrender. No problem. Your new contact and latest acquisition, Holly, rushes to meet you as you enter the newly restored lobby of New Athens' swankiest hotel. Miss Wolf, it's so good to see you again. Hi, Holly. It's good to be back under better circumstances. I hope the repairs went well. Are you kidding? The hotel's never looked better. In fact, I got a raise for how well I've been handling things. I have you to thank for that. You manage to catch your mother arcing one well-manicured eyebrow in approval. When she sees you looking, she speaks. Impressive, Diamond. Your dad beams in a way you haven't seen since you were a little girl. Making friends has always been one of your strengths. Thanks, Dad. Holly guides you into a private elevator with a smile. I think you'll find everything arranged to your satisfaction. The Flints are in the penthouse executive suite, as you requested. It's our most exclusive location. The elevator door dings, opening up into a stunning view of New Athens' skyline. Now this is worthy of our family. You can't help but smile proudly. You did this, and for once your parents know it. If you need anything else, anything at all, please don't hesitate to ask. Ollie gives you a deferential nod and steps back into the sleek, modern elevator. You look across the suite to where the Flint entourage awaits, arms crossed and imposing. Dylan and Nadia glaring at you with all truly excessive number of bodyguards at their backs. We call them the disposables. But Vic is turned away from you, facing the floor-length window. The tension in his shoulders is visible from here, but you can't help but think of a different time when you were holding him, taking those worries away. Vic, look at me, please. Look at me. But he doesn't turn. You're 10 minutes late. Is this supposed to be a power play? Let's call it traffic snag and leave it at that, shall we? Nadia looks as though she'd like to argue. She casts a sweeping glance around the suite and relaxes. You didn't skimp on the venue, I'll give you that much. Corinthian Square is murder at this hour. Don't we know it? Nadia stalks to her seat and settles in. I thought she was already sitting. You see Dylan go sit at her right hand before the slightest edge in her eyes send him subtly squirreling to the opposite side. Vic slowly turns away from the window and sits beside her. Nadia purses her lips, clearly annoyed. You risk a peek at Vic to find that he's not trying hard, just not stare at you in your tight-fitting suit. Good. I'll eat your stupid, gorgeous heart out. Before we start, I think you owe us an apology. Like hell we do. Temper, young man. This is a professional setting. Dylan takes a long look at your mom's icy expression and slouches in his seat. I don't know what we're even doing here. This is a waste of time. Dylan, quit acting like a spoiled baby. If you don't want to be here, I'm sure one of your many bodyguards can carry you outside for a minute. Nadia glances at you as if seeing you for the first time. You detect a hint of approval as she takes in your outfit. While that was put bombastically, she has a point. We've all come here for a reason. Dylan scowls, but says nothing. It seems you're a full-fledged wolf now, Diamond. Just this once, you can tell she means that as a compliment. That's enough chit-chat. I want to talk about that hit you put on my daughter. I don't know what you mean. I thought we were here to talk about how you murdered my husband. That was 7 years ago, Nadia. Isn't it time you moved on? Easy for you to say. We lost several prominent Flints that day. You only lost a son. Your mom clutches the table so tightly you can almost hear her knuckles creaking. Only. Why don't you put your sons up on the chopping block and see how much you like it? Is that a threat? It depends. Are you going to keep killing our people? I'm sure you heard we lost a very high-level member of the family a few days ago. Your chest grows tight at the mention of Roy. You risk another peek at Vic, but he stares stonily ahead. Would you like me to tell you the ranks of all the men we lost in the explosion at the docks? Or do the dead only matter if they're falling to guard your little girl? You admit you meant to kill her, then? I meant nothing. I have done nothing to your children. Despite your wife's threats against mine. Not really a threat. More like a leveling the playing field. You can already tell that tensions are going to get worse until someone steps in to defuse the situation. I think we can agree. What's done is done. No one at this table is to blameless. We've all doled out our fair share of hurt. We've all lost people we cared about, people we loved. As usual, my daughter is the voice of reason. We've all suffered substantial losses. If we want to move forward, we have to wipe the slate clean. I suppose I can consider that. Awfully convenient that we'd finished 15 men behind. Your mom's eyes and slides a folded piece of paper across the table. If we want to get anywhere, we need to start talking logistics. This is what we're prepared to give up to keep the peace. Nadia hands the paper to Vic without looking at it. He reads it, gives a slight shake of his head, and puts it back down. Not good enough. You didn't even look at the offer. I don't need to. Unless it says you're prepared to relinquish Calypso District into our hands, we're not interested. I beg your pardon. You heard me. I want your precious diamond to hand over everything she manages to Dylan. Why, man? Seriously, why? I'd rather focus on new opportunities instead of squabbling over territories. Why don't we figure out how we're all going to move forward? The hell does that even mean? Shut up, short silence, child. Nadia holds up a finger to silence him. Forward how? Now that the mayor's off our backs, we have the opportunity to regain control of the city politics. Diamond's right. We work together, we can make sure we don't get another Bethany Trung. It's only a matter of time before New Athens appoints a new leader. We need to make sure we're on top of the elections this time. Very true. We need someone friendly to our organizations, or at least not openly hostile. Someone who's willing to look the other way when the situation calls for it. Nadia lifts an eyebrow at you. You seem well connected in that area. Any ideas? You're asking me. Across the table, Vic mutters something indecipherable. Speak up, young man. I can't hear you. You weren't meant to. Vic's glance flicks briefly to yours. There's so much heat in that gaze that you feel like you aren't wearing anything at all. You do your best not to show how much it rattles you. Actually, I do have some thoughts on that issue. Once you're ready to give us something in return. Fine. If you handle the political question, then we might be willing to negotiate shared dock space. If you kick back 50% of all incoming shipment revenue. 50? You must be out of your goddamn minds. I think you have no idea how negotiating works. We don't need to negotiate. This has been a courtesy. We all know you don't have the manpower to hold on to this city. Control your son, Nadia. Nadia glares right back at your father, but doesn't argue. That's enough, Dylan. The wolves have proven they're here to try and reach a resolution. You're buying this bullshit! I'm not saying everything is settled yet, but I'm open to further discussions. Nadia gives your mother a subtle nod of acknowledgement. Diamond seems to have a good head on her shoulders. She does. Progress was made today. That's the most important thing. I can't believe they actually listen to me. Yeah, for once. Dylan's hands are balled in a fist. You can tell he wants to say something else, but Nadia speaks first. I think we're done here. I know I am. Everything and everyone is so busy getting in the last word that they don't notice when Vic slips out of the room. You murmur a quick excuse to your dad and follow Vic out into a long, quiet hallway. Vic, wait. What are you doing, Diamond? Do you have any idea what'll happen if someone sees us? I don't give a damn. Let them find us. I'm tired of playing this game. This game is the only thing keeping you alive. I'm a person, Vic, not just some pawn on a chessboard you can move around however you want. For a while there, I thought I might be even your person. It's for the best. I know you can't see it now, but you will. I'll make you see it, even if it's the last thing I do. Your chest is so tight you can barely breathe. Every moment you've shared together flashes before your eyes. The warmth of your skin as you kissed on the pier, the bite in your voice as you bickered at the club, the buzz of the needle as you marked Vic in a way he can't even ever take away. Diamond, huh? Alright. Give the lady what she wants. This can't just be the end. What about everything you said in Port Weston? I wish it could have happened, Diamond, but I can't be an accountant. Hector and Faith were a pipe dream. You open your mouth to respond, but you're interrupted by the sound of murmured voices leaving the conference room. He drops his voice to a whisper. See what I mean? We can't even talk in a hallway without risking our lives. Then let's not talk in a hallway. You try the handle on a random door to find that it leads to a smaller, more private conference room. Quick, if we duck in here, we can buy ourselves a few minutes. I'm not done with you. You owe me an explanation. Vic glances, drops to your lips, and stays there. The heat of his gaze is so powerful it almost scorches you. It's not a good idea, Diamond. You know what happens whenever we get behind closed doors. Diamond, we can't. After everything we've been through, everything that's happened, you owe me this much. He stands frozen for another half second, then releases a growl of frustration as he grips your wrist and tugs you in through the open door. As soon as the door closes behind you, you flip the lock and plant yourself in front of it. Vic paces back and forth like a trapped animal. This is too risky. I don't like it. Too bad. You don't get to call the shots. I want a conversation. So a conversation is what I'm getting. Vic stares at you for a long moment, his gaze sharp and glittering before heaving a sigh. Fine, get it over with. Say what you need to, then I'm out of here. I need to know why you're cutting me off like this. From the moment you walked back into my life, you've been blowing hot and cold. 1 second, you're tearing my clothes off, and the next, you're acting like you can't stand the sight of me. What changed this time? Vic tips his head back with a frustrated groan. You know the answer to that already. Tell me anyway. It's me. I've changed. For the first time in a long time, I have something worth cherishing, worth protecting. I have you, had you. If that's how you feel, then why are you doing this? You know why. It's because I'm not a good person. I hurt people. I kill them. We've all done things we regret. Not like this. You haven't. Like you were going to college, partying with your friends, studying for exams. Do you know what I was up to? What I've done? I know what Roy told me. He said things got out of hand in Lancaster. He said you were trying to prove yourself. I was trying to prove myself. I still am. Over and over again, I have to show Nadia she wasn't wrong to take me in. Vic, your father died protecting your family. The Flints should have given you everything you ever wanted. Well, they didn't. I love you, Diamond, but you can't understand my life. You look at me and you see a man with a hard edge, hot scars, but you have no idea what price I paid to get them. He reaches up and mechanically touches the scar that carves across his cheekbone. You feel an answering tug in your heart. The scar looks like it hurt a lot. I wish you'd tell me how you got it. It looks painful. You lift your hand to his face and trace the harsh, curved line. He shudders beneath your fingertips. The man who gave me this scar fought for his life, and he fought hard. But I killed him, because that's the job, that's what I do. You were following orders, Vic. Sometimes. Sometimes not. You've seen what happens when I... Shame, embarrassment, cloud his features. Every instinct tells you to hold him, but you're not sure he'd let you. Not yet. A person is more than a few mistakes. Not a few, Diamond. Hundreds. If you knew even half of what I've done, you'd hate me. I could never hate you. It doesn't matter. I hate myself enough for both of us. Vic, I wish you could see what's in my heart. If you could only see yourself through my eyes instead of your own. Because we're our own worst enemies, and we give ourselves more criticism and whatnot than most other people give us. Don't, please. I don't look at you and see a monster. I see the love of my life, and he's turning his back on me. I reach for him, unable to bear his bleak expression. A second longer, your heart aches thinking of the life he's been forced to lead. And I hate that he's never had a chance to know anything more. He jerks away from you as if your touch physically pains him. Please don't. Walking away from you is already the hardest thing I've ever done. Then don't. This doesn't have to end this way. Yes, it does. If something were to happen to you, if I was the one responsible. How could you be responsible? I know you'd never hurt me. I saw how frightened you were in the warehouse. If I scared you again, if you ran from me, someone hurt you to get to me, it would break me, Diamond. I wouldn't survive it. His voice catches on a sob. You've never seen him so close to breaking down before. Will you at least kiss me before you go? One last time? He groans and tries to step back, but the warm lull of your body proves too much for him. God damn it, Diamond. His mouth sweeps across the top of yours as he pulls you into his arms. There's something desperate in the way he holds you, his body clinging tightly to you. This is a terrible idea. I know. Without lifting his mouth from yours, Vic pushes you backwards, his hips driving you across the room until the edge of the lacquered table digs into the small of your back. You jump up onto the table, spread your legs wide. Vic settles between your thighs with a heavy, desperate sound. I've been wanting to do this ever since you sauntered into this meeting. Is that why you were so quiet? You couldn't control yourself? You know that answer. He tears your jacket open, running his hands along your body with all the possessiveness you so desperately missed. He pushes aside your skirt, sliding up your bare thighs until he can feel the searing heat between them. This isn't right. I'm supposed to be learning to live without you, not falling deeper in. You arch your back and let out a sharp hiss as his fingers brush against your core. Then walk away and no one's stopping you. As if I could when you're this... Basically, we began to bounce chicka wow wow. I knew it. Pretty much instinctively at this point because of YouTube. Although you try to hold back, a strangled sob escapes you. Vic pauses immediately and pulls away, gazing down at you with concern. Diamond, do you want me to stop? The thought only makes you want to cry more, aching, wanting, needing him. No, Vic. Please don't stop, please. You run your thumb along his cheekbone, blinking away the start of stinging tears. I never want to forget how this feels. Basically, the bounce chicka wow wow was not over yet. As you come back to yourself, you're vaguely aware of him sliding out from between your legs, wordlessly pulling your clothing back into place. Wait, that can't be it. He pauses long enough to smile sadly down at you. It has to be. This can't ever happen again. Wait, He stops you with a kiss. This one's long, slow, and achingly final. Goodbye, Diamond. This has been everything. Without a single word or look behind him, he slips out of the door. And out of my life. Forever. The next day, your first stop is Face Boutique. The second you step through the cheerfully jangling door, you can feel your worry starting to slip away until Faith emerges from the back. Oh, hell no, you can't just waltz in here like this. Like what? Like you haven't been literally lying to my face. I can't believe you didn't tell me you were still seeing Vic. How did you... The industrial district, really? There's only one reason you would have gone into contested territory like that. An incredibly stupid, dangerous reason. It isn't like that. I went back and checked my security cameras. I saw you meet Vic out back, remember? That time you stepped out to talk to your parents? Faith, I only lied because... you didn't approve. That was the point of What was the point of telling you? I knew you'd only try and stop me. That's BS and you know it. I'm your best friend, Diamond. I'm the person you're supposed to trust. I do trust you. I just knew I would see him anyway. I didn't want to worry you. Are you even listening to yourself right now? Roy is dead, Diamond. Because of Vic, because of you. Faith's words strike home, hitting you like a blow to the chest. Don't you think I know that? I don't know, Diamond, do you? Do you even care? Faith. That was uncalled for. I came here for support, not to be torn to pieces. Sometimes people being really bluntly honest. That is support. You should have thought of that before you used me to sneak off with Vic. You just don't understand. I understand plenty. Your priorities couldn't be more clear. Screw me, screw your parents, screw your responsibilities. You told him you love him after one day, Diamond. This has been years in the making. She lets out a dark chuckle. You know what? We're closed until further notice. Get the hell out of my store. You don't mean that. I considered telling your parents to save you from yourself, but I didn't because I'm a good friend. Get out before I change my mind. Fury takes hold of you. Almost as strong as the overwhelming feeling that you're drowning. You know what? I will leave, but only because I have nothing more to say to you. Super. That makes two of us. She stands holding the door until you sweep up your purse and stalk him. As you pass her, you want to cry out and pull her into a hug. But you can. So, instead, you head back to your car, driven by a stranger, friendless, alone. Later that evening, you lie back in your bed with your phone in your hand, sending message after message, unanswered by Faith. I'm sorry, Faith, I'm the worst. Like, if Mean Girls and Real Housewives had a snotty, self-involved baby, and that picture grew up to be a pictogram influencer, but like one of those ones who's famous for dunking on other people's posts. You sigh and throw your head back onto your pillow. You can tell that Faith is reading your texts. No, you can't, but she's just choosing not to answer. I have to find a way to get through to her. I hate when we fight like this. I have to make her understand. There has to be some way to show Faith that I actually care. Through thick and thin, vodka and tequila, good meals, and bad. You sit up right in your bed as an idea hits you. That's it. A way to any woman's heart is through her stomach. I thought that was through any guy's. Or is it both? You remember Faith complained the other day how every local store is out of her favorite Jaffa cakes. Yeah, no, listen. I actually found out what these are the other day from a friend who lives overseas, because I never heard of them before. She might not forgive me right away, but at least she'll know that I care enough to notice these things. You want some Jaffa cakes? You want some Jaffa cakes? Sorry, not sorry. You know, Jaffa cakes won't make up for everything, but they'll at least get your foot in the door. Thank goodness for Faith's sweet tooth and her esoteric taste. You pull up your contact list and search for the person most likely to get you what you need. Jasmine. Faith's dealer. I would say Faith's dealer. You know the number Faith gave you, and he picks up on the second ring. What's up, girl? You need some party favors? Not tonight. How do you feel about hooking me up with Jaffa cakes instead? Would you believe me if I said this isn't the first time someone asked for those? Good, then you'll know just where to get some. I want every box of New Athens found and delivered to the address I'm about to give you tonight if possible. You rattle off Faith's address, promising to send enough money to cover the costs and then some. Now all I have to do is sit and wait for the delivery to arrive. You have no idea how long it takes to track down the treats, but they're pretty much scaling the walls by the time you hear your phone chime. What's soft, round, and not even close to a real apology? You're welcome. You can thank me the food coma I know you're about to fall into. Stop being cute, I'm still mad at you. That's fair. I do like the cakes, though. How many have you eaten? Clearly not enough, because I'm still pissed. You'll get over it. You can practically hear her exasperated sigh through the screen. Just give me another chance. That's all I ask. I know I always try to solve my problems with money, but cakes are just a way to get you to talk to me. I know I need to earn your trust back. You have every right to be mad. I only got mad because I love you, brat. And I love you back. You get why it hurts me, right? Being kept in the dark? Knowing you're out there taking stupid risks without me? I'll only take stupid risks with you. That is not what I meant! But also, yeah, scout me in. The kitty is very meow meow. We're okay. Good, might take a few more days. And about 15 or more of these Jaffa cakes. Sounds good. Text me whenever you're ready. I'll be here. You set aside your phone, feeling as though a weight has been lifted. We still have a lot to work through, but I know we'll be okay. Your phone suddenly buzzes with an incoming text. Excitement grips you by the throat as you notice the name on the screen. Can you sneak out and meet me around the block? I need you. It's urgent. Didn't you just say we were done? Is everything okay? Let's hurry and make sure no one sees you. Why do I feel like this is a trap? This one's probably a trap. Your heart gives a surge as you spring out of bed and scramble into your shoes. You check to make sure the coast is clear before you slip down the hallway and escape out a side door. I knew he couldn't stay away. Your feet crunch over the gravel and slate as you make your way towards the street. It's so dark that you can only make out the shape of a car waiting in the distance. Vic? A shadowed figure steps forward, arms outstretched. Wait. You feel someone else behind you, but before you can whirl around, they have your arms pinned behind your back. No, let go of me. Don't fight it, hotshot. There's no use. The other figure steps closer. You make out the shape of a second Flint bodyguard, only this one is dangling a phone from her fingertips. Vic should really learn not to leave his phone lying around. You'd better hope my parents don't retaliate. Have you seen what happens to the people who mess with my family? They'll make you wish you'd never heard the name Diamond Wolf. Your threats only make them laugh. Throw in the trunk. You kick and struggle, striking one of your captors in the leg. But then a sharp pain shoots through your arm. A wave of dizziness moves over you as you glance wildly around. That's better. Just relax, sweetheart. This'll just be a short nap. Before the long one. What did I say? What did I say? Goddamn intuition. It's called a lot of years of common sense and street smarts, but you know, I digress. Without further ado, thank you all for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head on down in the description. Plenty of cool links and whatnot to check out. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, what you thought about this chapter. And, yeah, no, this makes, twice now, Diamond has screwed up and not used her common sense. Twice. First it cost Roy his life, and now it cost her hers. At least for now. We'll see. Yeah, let me know your thoughts. Without further ado, thanks for watching. Love you. Peace out.